The human body changed from this to this in only 100 years. But how and why did physiques change so dramatically? Evolution of bodybuilding from the past 100 years.
That's a long time.
I think some substances were introduced in this time. Maybe we can figure out when.
So this video has 7.4 million views.
1900?
1900?
There's a photo or painting of this guy, meaning that he probably was one of the better bodybuilders.
Probably one of the biggest guys then.
1902. Oh, that's a good.
Okay, that's some decent size, yes.
Natural.
Natural, of course.
Oh, looks very natural. 1905.
This is very natural.
Aesthetic, very nice. This is some size. Not the biggest legs.
No.
Yeah, I mean, he's got some good veins. He's lean.
But not overly shredded though.
So we're 8 years in right now, and if you look at people on stage, bodybuilders today, they are so shredded, they're about to die.
Yes, they're literally on the brink of death. Oh, whoa, whoa, whoa.
16 years in.
Whoa. This is the Greek god physique, right?
He's like, even holding something big.
If you walk around like this nowadays, you're considered like...
okay. Broad shoulders, more lean guy. Oh, are we getting into an era of more lean now?
Yeah.
More slender.
Okay.
Again, a bit more slender, but like very good physique. This is a very good physique. But it's not bulky, it's not insanely big.
No.
A bodybuilding show? Ooh, this guy.
He looks very good.
Throughout these 100 years, humans tried to become as big as possible to win these shows.
They really pushed their limit. Wait.
Ooh, 1951. I've heard about this period in bodybuilding, which is actually kind of cool and people want it back. Athleticism was also part of the show.
Yo!
Being able to do backflips, being able to be very flexible.
Actually, I have like the big bodybuilders that did a full planche on stage.
Just like 20 years ago or something.
Yeah. Look at this! With those legs, being able to do a full planche. Oh! Whoa! That is a very good physique.
Still natural, achievable.
Yeah.
Oh! 1954!
Hello, size!
When was steroids invented? Anabolic steroids were first discovered to promote muscle growth and enhance athletic performance in the 1930s.
But I mean, you have Captain America though. He's like 100 years old and he had the secret serum, right?
Yes, so Captain America
was actually...
Now? Since the 1950s, these substances have been used by bodybuilders, athletes, and others to improve performance.
It's a bit sus then. Also, when you realize that this is 1954, which means there's not a lot of knowledge out there. The posing is getting better as well.
Posing is getting way better.
This is ballet. And I've actually heard that Arnold did ballet as well to improve his posing. Oh, look at the arms.
The size is upping, clearly.
Hey!
The man himself.
Probably he's 19 here.
Arnold age. So 1947, he is 16 here.
No. He is just 16 years old.
This is... Did he ever mention at what age he started using? Age 20.
He has the most insane arm genetics I've ever seen. He's definitely leaner than the other guys. Also, the proportions are way better. Oh! Wait, not natty, definitely not natty.
Not natty.
This is the Michael Hearn from 1966.
I'm interested from this point on.
We only see freaky physiques.
Insanely big guys.
Yeah. Oh. Okay, this is also definitely not natural.
Holy f***. The 1960s were a turning point.
I think so as well. What? Why have I never seen this physique?
Yeah.
This must be fake. The arms look fake.
This looks warped. Photoshop.
Yes. This tops it all. This is just golden era. This is just the physique. These are monsters. Look at this. They are getting way more shredded right now.
Way more veinier, so they lower fat percentage.
Yes.
Oh, what the f.
I mean, these physiques are just out of this world. I mean...
Something that you didn't see before in the best physiques ever are these crazy veins. And there are a lot of people in the world today that have these crazy veins.
Yeah.
But they claim natural. Before steroids were invented in this video, we didn't see any crazy veins. I'm mainly saying that because I have no veins on my arms. I am just very sad.
Also, the girls getting bigger.
Hey, 1999?
Lightweight.
Ronnie Coleman.
Yeah, buddy.
This is just a jacked version of Kanye West.
I mean, but the question is, would you like to have such a physique?
No. This is one of the pictures that I saw on a thumbnail and be like, 100%
Photoshop.
100% fake. So we've seen the human body change in these 100 years, and there was one clear thing: size. But why?
Was it only the steroids?
Or the training? We found a very interesting video called Bodybuilding Eras Explained, which is basically all the eras of the past 100 years.
I often refer to the bronze and silver eras in my videos, but what do these terms actually mean?
I mean, you hear a lot about the bronze, the silver, and the gold era, but I actually also don't know what they are.
The origins of bodybuilding as we know it can be traced back to the late 1800s. During this time, bodybuilding as a sport did not quite exist yet. But what we did have was strongmen.
Strongman.
Strongman. Entertainment, yes. I'm so picturing the medieval times where people just try to lift stuff.
Impressing others with strength. It's such a
Yeah.
human thing to do, to be like, hey, I'm stronger than you, or hey, I can do this crazy thing.
But it really wasn't until Eugene Sandow came along that people started training with the specific intention of making their physiques look a certain way, beginning of the 1900s, where bodybuilding as a standalone sport was
With
born.
prizes, like something you could really enter.
Yes.
Bronze era.
The Bronze Era, start of bodybuilding.
And it lasted until the 1930s. The bodybuilders in the Bronze era were 100% natural, as steroids had not been invented yet.
No, I'm natural because I
I'm
mean,
from an era that
steroids
they
weren't
didn't-
invented yet.
That's the biggest flex you can give to date.
Yeah.
From the 1930s, we start to move into the silver era. It is here where we would truly start to see fully developed physiques. No longer did we have the relatively small chests and legs of the Bronze era.
And baby oil.
Steve Reeves.
Steve Reeves is a name I've heard from like many lifters. That's sort of the inspiration.
Oh no, I know this picture.
Yeah,
this
it's
picture.
this guy had one of the best physiques, naturally.
Wow, what a picture. It's almost like a Mr. Beast thumbnail.
Yeah. Oh yes, it is actually.
It's the same picture.
It's the same picture.
Even Mr. Beast took inspiration
From Steve Reeves.
from Steve Reeves.
It is also here where the V-taper shape would become the standard. With the wide shoulders, huge lats, and tiny waist. The silver era would last until the 50s. And this is more controversial, but it is my opinion that the bodybuilders in this era were still natural.
I think, yeah,
Most of them definitely. I
like
get
they
what you
could be
mean.
taken.
But I mean, you can see a clear change from 90-30 to 90-50 and then on.
Insane difference.
Night and day.
Into the golden era of bodybuilding. At this point, bodybuilders are suddenly no longer constrained by the limits of natural human physiology. Bodybuilders were able to push their physiques to a level which simply was not possible before.
We didn't see anything like this in the previous eras.
No.
What started to happen in the golden era was a completely new and separate sport.
Personally, as a sport, I like to see how far people can push their bodies.
It's the same thing watching Formula One drivers risk their life on the racetrack.
But then also the natural sport, it has its own
Charm.
These bodybuilders had a solid 20 or 30 pounds on the silver era guys.
Even more, I
There we
think.
go, yeah.
It certainly was not natural, but it still looked human and was easier to resonate with.
Compare Arnold to Ronnie Coleman. Put two pictures side by side.
Then it's a human versus like an alien, a monster.
The golden era would continue until the end of the 80s. Then everything would change once again. In the beginning of the 90s, this man, Dorian Yates, with his absolutely freakish size, would kick off the mass monster era of bodybuilding.
So you have the bronze, the silver, the golden, and the
Mass
monster
monster.
era.
Here it's just getting out of hand, if you ask me.
But this is the past 100 years. What in another 100 years? What are we gonna look like?
Oh, that is a very good question.
While I will admit that there is a little bit of curiosity in terms of seeing just how big someone is able to get, I do not find these physiques to be aesthetically appealing in any way.
I mean, I agree.
Except, kind of. If you look at Mr. Olympia Classic winner, C-Bum, this is now considered as one of the most aesthetic physiques ever. Less monster-like.
Yes, this is still a human.
I will admit it makes me quite sad to see bodybuilding continuing in this direction. But I am very thankful for all the information and photographs we have from the silver and bronze eras.
But this era still kind of exists.
I mean, natural bodybuilding is basically the silver area. Actually, it's better because they improved the quality of their training, the knowledge,
diet.
their diet.
Let us know what you think of bodybuilding in general, but especially the big monster era.
So bodybuilders seem to get bigger and bigger over the years.
But if you want to see world's tallest bodybuilder, make sure to click this video right here. He is really tall. Subscribe for the link and hit that button.